The allures of Gary's programme included Willie On The Plonker, in which Gary's producer, Paul Williams, a very eccentric man and gifted musician who always looked as if he'd been freshly run over by a truck, interpreted a current chart hit by banging it out pub-style on the piano. Don't even ask why. This gave rise to the famous Dear Mr. Madigan letter of Walters's exquisite discovery. Evidently, a Mr. Madigan had written to complain to Radio 1 that he found the name of Gary's pub pianist feature offensive. His complaint had been handled by Gary Davies, a veteran Radio 1 executive who'd been in the job since the network was called The Light Programme and Portland Place was still all open fields. Doreen's reply to Mr. Madigan had been photocopied by her secretary and the original left accidentally in the machine along the corridor from room 318. Of all the people who might have been next to use the copier, it had to be, gloriously, Walters. Dear Mr. Madigan, it began, promisingly, I am so sorry you find the piano character Willie On The Plonker offensive. I can assure you it is meant as pure fun, and our programmes are not in any way planned to aggravate, offend, or outrage any of our audience. I wonder if children really do think it is garbage as you suggest. I do think in this case the suggestion of a smutty phrase is in the mind. It may surprise you to know that we literally get hundreds of letters each week asking Willie to play a particular tune on the piano. The piano is situated just outside of Gary Davies' studio, and his producer, Paul Williams, to whom he refers, plays the piano each day. Paul Williams is a Cambridge University music graduate and has 3 children, 2 daughters and a young son. You can believe me that in no way would Gary Davies, or indeed Paul Williams, set out to present the listener with any more than a bit of harmless fun. Radio 1 policy, generally speaking, is to make the audience feel a bit better, look at life light-heartedly, and enjoy themselves whenever they switch on. Yours is the first letter of complaint I have received. I completely go along with you when you suggest that the next stage, generally and socially, might be public copulation. But I don't think that Radio 1 can ever be blamed for contributing to this social trend, if it ever happens. May I just close by saying that Gary refers to Willie On The Plonker. He does not refer to Willie and the Plonker, nor Willie and his Plonker. Willie has always been a nickname, not only for male... Willie has always been a nickname, not only for male private parts, but also for people with the surname Williams. And I believe that if you start examining every common or garden nickname and look for further implications, the fun really would go from 1. It might further interest you to know that at the end of this month, Gary Davies' producer is going on to another commitment. And Gary Davies' new producer's name is Martin Cox. And his name does not lend itself to any fun phrase. Nor does Martin Cox play the piano.